Many people think that they are the best salesman in the world. Even if they don't think they are the best, they think that they are better than average. And when they decide to sell something, it's just about their skills and everything. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it's not just about your skill. You also have to have a good product. Consider this. You are the best salesman in the world and you have to sell horse carriages in 2025. It wouldn't be that easy because in 2025, what most people want are cars. Most people even want to have an electric car if possible. Not many people are looking to buy a horse carriage. In other words, you are playing a losing game. And many entrepreneurs find themselves in this position. They are trying to sell something that nobody really wants. They make a product in their own imagination, thinking that just everything that they know should be enough to make people want it. Now, if you are such an entrepreneur, you've made many assumptions. You're assuming that your customers are going to want what you want just because you understand what you are selling. It doesn't work that way. Most of the time, what happens is that people get into a business, they test the market, and from the responses that they get in the market, they optimize for what the customer wants. It's about meeting people's needs. So if you find yourself in a position where you are selling a product that nobody wants, it's either you're selling something that is trash and nobody wants, in which case you should change it, or you simply don't have enough information about your customers. This is where many people find themselves. They find themselves in a position of not knowing enough about their customers. And after much study, I have come to the conclusion that in order to know much about your customers, you need to know two main things about your customers. You need to know how they have lived. This is what we call demographics, how they grew up, where they've been, right? What they've experienced in life. And number two, you also need to know how they would want to live. This is what we also call psychographics. What inspires them? What motivates them? What do they want to become? Now, if you're able to find out these two things, you would see that for the first one, how they've lived, you discover the things that cause them pain. And for the second one, how they want to live, you find out the promises that you can make to them. Now, once you found out those two things, the pains that your customers experience and the promises that you can make to them, you discover that it is easier for you to sell to those customers. Because in reality, what business persons do is that they sell to the pain of people by making promises. That is why we have things like guarantees. Because in order to make a sale, you must show somebody that you are capable of removing their pain. That is what salesmanship is. And that is what causes cash flow, which is basically the most important thing an entrepreneur should know about. I'm going to be releasing more videos on entrepreneurship, leadership, and making sales. Stay tuned to this channel for more.